వచ్చిందా రాలేదా చూడండి. Okay. So in our routine classes, we have discussed about the poverty. Okay. So it is a normal poverty that if a person is unable to uh, fulfill his minimum needs, which means he is not having the money to buy the required food, and clothing, shelter, etc. But as far as our poverty line is concerned, we are we are more concerned about the consumptive consumptive expenditure. That is only for our, I mean, stomach, only for our, I mean, requirement of the calories. That is 2,100 kilocalories or 2250 kilocalories based on committee to committee. Okay. Now, when you come to the energy poverty, so it is with regard to the energy like power. I mean, one example is electricity. I mean, this concept says that if uh, I mean, if persons are deprived of the, I mean electricity, they will be subjected to some of the bad conditions. See, suppose if there is a studying child in the house, if he is not having the power, so he will not have access to any cell phone or even I mean, at night times he cannot study. So this phenomena is described as the energy poverty. The World Economic Forum defined energy poverty as the lack of access to sustainable modern energy services and products. It can be found in all conditions where there is a lack of adequate and affordable energy. See, suppose if 1 unit of power becomes 100, I think many people will ask the, I mean, APSCB or TSCB to disconnect their supply. 100 rupees unit means you have to sell your house to pay the bill. Okay, it should be affordable and reliable, means without any interruption. That is a reliable. And quality, see, if our, I mean, electricity is not quality, if it's having low voltage or high voltage, what happens to our appliances? They will get damaged. Okay. And safe and environmentally sound energy services to support, I mean, development. So now environmentally sound means we have to put an end to the use of fossil fuels. So now take the example of solar energy. It is a clean energy. Okay. Yes, we have of course few of things we have discussed in our last classes with regard to energy, like blending of ethanol, etc., and even 1G and also 2G ethanol plants we have discussed last class. Even in this class also we will discuss one 2G plant which was unveiled by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi. Okay, despite the fact energy is the engine of civilization, nowadays access to adequate and affordable sources is not equally distributed on the planet. We are talking about whole world. And yes, even take the example of yes, even take even take the example of any state. Urban areas will have access to good energy, and rural areas will be deprived. You can see many states, so they are facing the problem of the power. In South Asia alone, over 1 billion people are struggling with extremely limited access to energy. Human development, energy use are, yes, intrinsically linked. Suppose suddenly, if there is no power, or if the government of Telangana declares a, power holiday for 7 days, automatically we are forced to give holiday. Why? Our board will not work, and for 7 days I cannot purchase a generator. Of course, it may run into lakhs. Who knows? Because we need a high power generator. Small generator will not work for us. Okay? Yeah. See, wherever the energy is available at a cheaper rate, there the investment will go. It is the reason why many states will give power, subsidies to the new industrialists. Human development and energy use are intrinsically linked. There is no doubt in it. Energy is needed to fulfill basic human needs like clean air, health, food and water, education and human rights. And it is fundamental to the development of every economic sector. Even take the example of water purifier. It needs energy. And clean air, of course, fan or whatever may be the case. Okay? Now, but energy costs are sky high due to geopolitical tensions across the globe. Why? Ukraine-Russia crisis. What happened to the crude oil from 72 it went to 130, and because of the recession, again it came down to 90 rupees, 90 or 93 dollars per barrel, because the fear of recession. Of course, it may be or it may not be, because you cannot expect anything. Suddenly something may happen and boom may come. Suddenly something may happen. Recession may come early than the later. Who knows? Yeah. Okay. Energy scarcity in the shadow of plenty. Despite the liquefied petroleum gas and the lights emitting diode, revolutions in India, LEDs. Last class, maybe in SNT class, sir was dealing with this topic. LED and what is meant by fluorescent lamp and what is meant by incandescent lamp, if I am not wrong. Okay? Yes. Access to, see, these LEDs will use less power compared to our incandescent lamps. Yes. Access to energy is found to be limited among Indian households, especially among the rural households. Let us understand energy poverty in the context of India and the alternative source of energy. See, now if you go to the northeastern states, they are facing the problem of laying the power lines because of their rugged terrain, hilly region. So now government is planning to have more and more solar power plants there. Okay. Yes. What are the causes of energy poverty in India? See, we know the causes for the routine poverty. Okay. It is because of unemployment, and it is because of lack of skill, and it is because of parents poor. All we have discussed in our routine classes. Here, what are the causes of energy poverty in India? Lack of energy infrastructure. And because of the lack of modern energy infrastructure, like power plants, transmission lines. Again, even the problem in this is in the transmission lines is we are having the losses. We have discussed AT&C losses, which are more than 20%. Of course, it is a problem of all countries, including the most developed countries. Okay. Underground pipelines to deliver energy resources such as natural gas, petroleum to rural areas leads to energy poverty. Of course, in spite of many schemes of government, to supply LPG cylinder to the villages. Now, many people are not having that. Still, they are, cooking on our, traditional fuel, which is firewood. So, by which forests will get degraded, and even the persons will, the people who are cooking, they will also face the health issues. Uh, um, High smoke, it will harm the lungs and also eyes. Okay, yeah. They have heavily relied on traditional biomass such as wood fuel, charcoal. Of course, charcoal is also derived from the wood fuel. And burning crop residues. Yes, earlier this was possible. They used to burn the crop residues. But see now actually what is happening? So this crop residue is converted into powder or some other form. Why? Because we are using the mechanized harvesters, unlike the period 20 years ago. In that period, uh, the stem was separated manually. We used to cut the plant and we used to thrash the grains, and we used to use that stem for cooking. But now, of course, it is not possible. Maybe possible in some villages where they are not having the modern harvesters. And wood pellets. Nigeria, the largest oil producing country in Africa, is second only to India in the number of people living without electricity. So one side of the coin is largest producer of the oil, and the other side, more number of people who are deprived of the electricity. Without infrastructure for gathering or delivering natural gas, much of the natural gas produced in oil fields of Nigeria is flared up. See, I told you several times, if you are not having the technology, you cannot use the resources. So now they are not having the technology, means they are not having the money to install the power plant, though they are having the natural gas. So, okay, now next is the lack of affordability. Households at lower levels of income and development tend to be at the bottom of the energy ladder, using fuel that is cheap and locally available, but not very clean or nor efficient. So, see, in the rural areas, they will use the firewood as the fuel. Okay, yeah. Inefficiency of the energy. So, disproportionately high loss of useful energy during energy conversion is a prime factor of energy poverty. I told you nearly 20% AT&C losses. That is a problem not only in India but in many countries. Energy poverty rates tend to drop by 0.21% when energy efficiency index scores increase by 1 point. So, if you just increase the energy efficiency, then the decrease in poverty is 0.21%. So, see, what is the meaning of energy efficiency? First, there should be less transmission losses. Second, I told you several times, like 5-star rating electrical appliances. What is the meaning of highly rated electrical appliances? They will consume less power. Understand? So now you can see even our institutes, that small water heater, it will also take very less power. I mean, compared to our traditional water heaters. Okay? Yes. So this point is very, very important. So how we will achieve this? By increasing the technology. Now, AT&C losses in India can be minimized if you go for the solar plant, because solar plant is localized. See, when you come to the hydropower plants, where you will establish hydropower plant, not at city. Where there is river, you will establish the hydropower plant. From that plant to city, you will draw the power through the transmission lines. But lines. But when you come to the solar, so what happens? You will establish the solar plant in the city only. So nowadays they are planning to establish solar plants en route the highways, and also on the canals. Of course, on the canal, see, you are having pros and cons. So one is, so it will minimize the rate of evaporation, because that solar panels will obstruct the sun rays. But the second thing is, if that water is away from the sunlight, that water will get spoiled, or even there will be many organisms which will survive on the photosynthesis. So it is two way, but of course they will consider, they will go in a balanced manner. Okay, so it is very important point. So this point is nothing but, if we have good technology, then our energy poverty can be minimized. Then geopolitical tensions, of course, we are the victims of that. Geopolitical tensions because of Russia-Ukraine war. The price of crude oil increased, and we are the net importers. It is a common factor. So geopolitical instability results into disturbance in global energy supply chain. India's oil import bill soared to $119 billion in the fiscal year that ended on March 31st, 2022, as energy prices exploded after the Ukraine conflict. I think that war started maybe in the month of February, if I am not wrong, or subject to correction. So suddenly, prices increased like anything. See, actually, economy is more psychological than the reality. Suddenly the prices will go up, suddenly the prices will fall. One day, the zinc price moved nearly 40% in a day, from higher to low, if I am not wrong. Now take the example of steel price. Within 1 month, it fluctuated 30%, or at least for 45 days. Within 45 days, it fluctuated for 30%. Okay, it is more of psychology than the reality. Now, how is energy poverty linked with income poverty in India? Energy poverty is regarded as one of the aspects of income poverty. Means if you are not having the good income, obviously you will be deprived of the good energy. Provision of energy services like electricity, facility, industrial and agricultural growth in the country. Such growth and development enhance the livelihood opportunities in terms of greater level of employment and entrepreneurial opportunities. See, if a country is not having good power supply, will the industries come? Okay. So long back, maybe in 2010 or 11, okay, our city was facing the power shortage and continuously the government declared the power holidays. Weekly, twice and thrice power holidays. You know what happened? All the small scale industries in the Sanat Nagar industrial estate were subjected to the closure. Industries closed. So it will have a lot of cascading effect. Many people's livelihood has lost. And even that entrepreneurs who have established their industry will not be able to pay the loans to the bank. Again, banks will face the twin balance sheet problem. Automatically, NPS will increase. Economic condition will get ruined. So it is how this sector is very important. So this shall further translate into higher income of the households and subsequent reduction in poverty levels. If you are having good power, the poor households, both urban and rural, spend a larger share of their total expenditure on acquiring energy fuels as compared to the households above the poverty line. In view of economic development, it becomes important for the households to have access to clean energy fuels on a regular basis. What are the impacts of energy poverty in India? So insufficient energy usually translates into the impossibility to develop agriculture and manufacturing, thus trapping the energy poverty affected people. Means what is meant by trapping? They will not come out of that. No power, no industries. No industries, no employment opportunities. Like we have studied in our routine classes, vicious circle. Last class we have discussed about the vicious circle. Yeah, trapped in a vicious circle. They cannot offer the energy that can drive them out of the poverty. Health hazard. So what happened? Burning of traditional energy fuels such as wood, I told you just now, it will cause problem to lungs and also eyes. A thin layer of that ash or smoke will form on the eyes. Dung. Crop residue causes indoor air pollution, which causes considerable damage to health. It is estimated that one of every four of the annual global premature deaths caused by household air pollution occur in India. Very bad. Too bad, and because we are highly developed in technology, but still we are having one-fourth deaths. Now, out of whom 90% are women, there is no doubt in it, because they will cook as they work in close proximity to these fuels in poorly ventilated kitchen. Even you can write this in the social issues and the problem faced by the women. Yes, that is very nice point. Okay. Yes. Energy crisis, escalation in energy demand, continued dependence on fossil-based fuels for energy generation and transportation is not only depleting natural resources, but is resulting in a steady increase of carbon dioxide emissions. That is nothing but global warming. So now India, we are replacing the fossil fuel-based energy with the clean energy like solar, etc. By which, carbon dioxide emittent, which is responsible for increasing the average global temperature. Concentration levels of greenhouse gas are rising steadily. Chlorofluorocarbons, they are the greenhouse gases. Even methane is also a greenhouse gas, which we have discussed in the long back classes. What measures can be adopted to curb energy poverty? Global intergovernmental organization. Powerful platforms like the G20 and the BRICS need to focus more on energy access, poverty, and security. Global intergovernmental organizations should be established dedicated to just energy transition, energy access and justice, and energy and climate. So, see, most of the countries are tropical countries. So, tropical countries can go for the solar power. It is cheap. Nowadays, because manufacture of solar photovoltaic cells have become cheaper. Now, creation of database for effective policy making. To facilitate policy makers and other relevant stakeholders, it is important to collect data of intra-household and collective differences to clearly establish the relationship between energy, income, gender disparity, and bridge the energy gap between different sections of society. See, we have discussed, if you are having statistics, then only you can address the problem. Actually, who are consuming more, who are consuming less. See, urban areas are consuming more. Why? So they cannot live without the air conditioners. Even in the winter season, also, I will see in my apartments, air conditioner will run. I will ask why you are running AC. So they say that no, it is a routine habit for us. So we will put the AC and we will put 2 or 3 blankets. Then only we can sleep. So that was their answer. I don't know why. I could not understand. Yeah, because we people are not concerned. See, with one AC which we are running, okay, 2 pump sets can be run in the villages. There is no doubt in it. 2 pump sets. And if the 2 pump sets run, 4 acres can be irrigated. Okay. In one season, in 4 acres, 180 bags of paddy so will be harvested. 180 bags. 180 into 70 kg. By 2, you will get the rice. So how many people can consume and how many people can survive with only the power which is consumed by one air conditioner? Okay, so you don't know how much power an air conditioner takes. Just 3 plus 3, 3 horsepower plus 3 horsepower, 2 motors power will take. Two motors power is consumed by a 2-ton air conditioner. Okay, yes. Now, shifting the focus towards renewable energy sources. You are having wind energy, solar energy, geothermal energy, tidal, based on our income and our country's financial capacity. They can, switch over to that kind of energy. And as India is a tropical country, we are giving more importance for the solar energy. Energy generated from renewable sources, solar energy, biogas, etc., will be cleaner, greener, and more suitable. Projects involving renewable sources can also make a positive contribution to low carbon development strategies and will generate employment opportunities for the working population of the country. Robust institutional mechanism, linkage between different sectors such as the energy sector, manufacturing sector, health sector, and the finance sector is required to provide energy efficient machinery and subsidies to the households in India. Yes, you have to plan accordingly. So institution has to plan. Okay. Then there is a need for institutions in different sectors to come together and offer services as bundled packages for elevating energy poverty. So, awareness campaign related to subsidies and tutorials related to advances in technology must be organized at the lowest level to improve awareness towards efficient energy consumption. Like you are having the induction stoves. Now modern induction stoves. See, everybody is aware of that. It will consume very less power than our traditional, electric stoves. You people know that. But now what is happening? What has happened is because of our high living standards, we are consuming more power. See, suppose if you are not having the capacity to pay the electricity bill, will you switch on your air conditioner? No. But for your income, that is negligible. So it has become a routine habit. As soon as they sit in the chamber, first they will on the air conditioner. So government should have a policy with regard to air conditioners. Means which office is entitled to use or which is not, etc. And again, if they are using the air conditioners, their slab rate should be increased. See, for common people who are not having the ACs, say 5 rupees. A person who are using the ACs, the same unit should cost 20 rupees. So it will discourage the usage of air conditioners. If they use, yeah, it will be better. The same excess amount can be used to give energy to the poor people, like Amiri Hatao. अमीर को आप पैसे ले और गरीब को बांटो. It is a good idea. Yes, you people will pay. Okay. Yes. And there is a need to set up a monitoring mechanism to oversee implementation of policies in true spirit. Yeah, it is very important. See, nowadays what happened? Just I will I will tell you one example. So Clean Kaveri program. Kaveri will be in Tamil Nadu. That program will be held in Hyderabad or in Bangalore. Run for Kaveri River. So we are running in Hyderabad and Bangalore. Not I'm near the proximity of Kaveri. So such kind of programs will not give any result. You people know about that. So only for the sake of media or social media, They will involve in all such kind of things. What are the initiatives shaping India's energy transition? So, Pradhan Mantri Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana. See, actually, whatever may be the exam, you should be thorough with the programs. It is very important. Green Energy Corridor, National Smart Grid Mission, and Smart Meter Nationaling Program. See, smart metering, nationaling program will minimize the pilferages. See, actually, what is happening? See, in many states, farmers are given free power supply. So, in my personal opinion, yes, poor farmers should be given who are having a land holding of 2 or 3 acres. But a farmer, if he is having a land holding of 20 acres or 30 acres, at least few amounts should be collected. At least a little bit of amount. And again, surveys reveal that this agricultural power is diverted to other purposes. Maybe they will involve in doing some agro processing industry in the field itself. It is commercial, not agriculture. Value addition is commercial. So such kind of things should be minimized. And renewable energy, of course, we have discussed like National Solar Mission Program and National Biofuel Policy. You know what is biofuel policy? It is nothing but ethanol and National Hydrogen Energy Mission. All these are the, government, programs, clean cooking, etc., etc. So, faster adoption and manufacturing of hybrid and electric vehicles, FAME. Of course, nowadays, as soon as the petrol prices crossed 100 rupees, many people switched over to the electric vehicles. You can see on the roads, now the number is increasing day by day. Nobody is getting frightened that they will get burnt. Of course, there is no, supportive theory that only electric vehicles will catch fire. Okay. So earlier, every vehicle used to catch fire. It depends on our maintenance. So automatically, once the crude oil, once the petrol price crossed 100 rupees in India, now the demand for electric vehicles has increased. And even what happened, even big manufacturers, car manufacturers like MG, they are concentrating on the electric vehicles. You can see the Tata is also having the electric vehicles. And even I think Hyundai also. Hyundai is some with Hyundai Kona, very nice. Okay, okay. Climate smart cities. All these are the initiatives of the government, not only in India, but also in the at but also at international level. So this is sufficient to address even a essay also. Okay, okay. So to this point we have discussed in the last class also ethanol. So ethanol plant. See why we are manufacturing ethanol. See, we are the net importers of the crude oil, and again, it is a fossil fuel. It is causing harm to the, ecology. So now we are blending ethanol with the diesel, high-speed diesel. Okay. So if you blend automatically, two-way positive for us. One, our import will be decrease, and the second, even the pollution will also decrease. Third, of course, not only two-way. Third, farmers will also get benefited, and also in that industries, more employment opportunities. Okay, and in the last class we have discussed what is the difference between the 1G and 2G ethanol plants. What is the difference between the 1G and 2G ethanol plants, Madam Vidya garu? Online students, difference between 1G and 2G ethanol plants. Yes, Swati garu, correct. So 1G is food grains, directly grains. 2G is only agricultural waste. So we have discussed if the farmers nearby Delhi, Punjab, Haryana, etc., if instead of burning their stubble, if they use the same stubble to convert it into energy, automatically they will get profits, and even the Delhi will not also, even Delhi will not face the pollution. So the same thing here is mentioned. So before this, we have discussed in the last class. Okay, yeah. Non-fossil fuels as an alternative to conventional fossil fuels. 2G ethanol plant. World Biofuel Day. Of course, the problem is daily you will have one or other day. If no day is there, one of my student will come to the cabin and he or she will say that, sir, today is my birthday. Okay, that's okay. So yesterday somebody celebrated birthday. Okay, yes, okay. But few days you try to remember along with your birthday. World Biofuel Day is observed every year on 10th August, day before yesterday. On the occasion of World Biofuel Day, Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi dedicated the second generation ethanol plant. You have to remember what is second generation, what is first generation. That's all. First generation, you are using the food grains. Second generation, agricultural waste, which we have discussed even in the last class also. Okay, second generation ethanol plants in Panipat, Haryana to the nation via video conferencing. See, one thing, just I am deviating from the concept. Video conferencing. See, in course of time, the government should make a legislation that even small to small work to big work should be inaugurated or opened or foundation stone is laid only through video conferencing. Why? You can save a lot of money and even energy also. Suppose there is a function at a faraway place. Say our secretariat is in Hyderabad, okay, and the foundation stone ceremony is far away, say at least 100 kilometers. So you have to follow all the protocol. If say one minister is coming to the venue, then all the local administration, including the medical administration, police, en route, all these will be engaged for that work only, instead of involving in their routine duties. Suppose, yeah, even you can also minimize the great problem in Hyderabad, traffic. I don't know how the people will, roam in Hyderabad roads. Yesterday I was to a temple. It is just 13 kilometers from my house. So when I was going, it was only half an hour journey. But while I was coming, it was 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours for 13 kilometers. Maybe 15 kilometers very hardly. Just my car was moving like a snail, even slowly than snail, if I am not wrong. Okay. So yesterday I thought how my students are coming from the that Kissaredipet or Krishnapet near the Viramguda. Okay. Ticket. Yes, good. Now, so what I mean to say is through video conferencing, if you do all kind of these things, then you can save a lot of energy and also a lot of energy of the administrative officers, because these people will come. See, if they say at 9 o'clock, they will come at 3 o'clock. All that time, the productive time will be wasted just sitting under a shamiana or tent. That's all. Ah, he's coming. Ah, he's very near to the venue. He will come within half an hour. He will come after 1 hour. There is no need, Andy. Actually, government should make a law citing that for the foundation ceremony. See, just beside our institution, so there are many slabs, okay, and names of ministers are inscribed on that, and the value of that work is only 10 lakh rupees. Just you go and observe that. For 10 lakhs of works, 4 ministers are participating just to lay the foundation to the road from KPHB main road to Jalava here. Worth of the work, estimation 10 lakhs. And for that, you are having a memorial which will stay for long period until this government will survive. See, 10 lakhs work. Also, 4 ministers are coming. It is wastage of valuable energy and money. So, government should make a law. Okay? Yeah, ticket. Now, video conferencing, terming the ethanol plant just a beginning. Yes, just a beginning. Now, it is now the plant which he has unveiled will generate nearly crores of liters of ethanol. He said that this plant will reduce pollution in Delhi, Haryana, and NCR. He said that NCR means National Capital Region, and you have to remember which states will come under the National Capital Region. Definitely, you have to remember. He said that with the establishment of this modern plant, farmers of Haryana, where rice and wheat are grown in abundance. Whenever you are writing, don't write rice. You go for paddy. Rice is not directly cultivated. Paddy is cultivated. Paddy is converted to rice in the machines. And between paddy husk and rice grain, there will be a valuable item which is called as the bran. Bran. With that bran only, you are extracting the oil, rice bran oil, rice bran oil. And if you just, remove the husk and consume that, it is nothing but the brown rice. Okay? Yes. And wheat or grown in abundance will get another lucrative means of using crop residue. So these people, what they are doing, they are not having the time between the harvesting of one crop and sowing of the other crop. Within 1 or 2 days, they have to clear the field. So they are not having time. What they are doing? Okay. So what they are doing, as they are not having the time, simply they are burning the crop. And two-way loss. One loss to farmer economically, and the second loss to the people of Delhi because of pollution. One car will collide with the other. You can see in the newspapers because of lack of vision. 20 cars collided with each other. Yes, you can see in the papers. I am not saying wrong. And even all the time problem with the even, odd, even, odd. Okay. The biofuel plant of Panipat will also be able to dispose of the stubble without burning it. That is the residue. Okay? Yeah. Thereby protecting the environment. The stubble which was a burden for farmers will become a means of additional income for them. And the country will also get an alternative fuel. I told you. So, there are many benefits. Farmer will benefit economically. Employment opportunities. Import bill will be reduced. Our environment will be saved. All these points you can write in your mains examination. The eradication of the plant is part of a long series of steps taken by the government over the years to boost the production and usage of biofuels in the country. This is in line with the Prime Minister's constant endeavor to transform the energy sector into being more affordable, accessible, efficient, and sustainable. So you should use all these words while writing the mains. And just now we have discussed about the energy poverty. If you try to minimize the energy poverty, automatically the routine poverty will get declined. The 2G ethanol plant has been built at an estimated cost of over 900 crores by IOCL, Indian Oil Corporation Limited. As it is unique, you may get the questions in the form of statements. So here the investment is made by the IOCL, a public sector downstream company in the crude oil business. It is a downstream company, which is the upstream company in the PSU, ONGC, Oil India Limited. These IOCL, BPCL, HPCL, they are the downstream companies. Okay. Yes. Based on state of the art indigenous technology. Yes. Indigenous technology. Indigenous technology. Achievements of Indians in science and technology is the common topic for UPSC, TSPSC, APPSC. Starting from Aryabhatta, you can conclude up to till today's our achievement, including the manufacturing of our vaccines also. Our Covaxin or whatever may be the case, our achievement in the manufacture of vaccines, and even we are pioneers in manufacture of many vaccines. There is no doubt in it. Okay, Chika. The project will turn a new chapter in India's waste to wealth. Yeah, this is very nice to use, waste to wealth. Endeavored by utilizing about 2 lakh tons of rice straw. Pareli, it is a North Indian term, and in Telangana it is called as gaddi. Andhra also gaddi. In Karnataka? Huh? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Annually to generate around 3 crore liters of ethanol annually. 3 crore. Very big sum. Creating an end use for the agri-crop residue would empower farmers and provide an additional income generation capacity, opportunity. Empower the farmer, and our aim is to double the income of farmers. And our aim is to see that farmer will not migrate to urban areas in search of employment. We should give the employment, giver, not the seeker. Yes, the day will come, maybe slowly but surely. Yes, the project will provide direct employment to people involved in the plant operation, and indirect employment will be generated in the supply chain for rice straw cutting, handling, storage, etc., etc. Because it is a multi-level processing. So automatically at every stage you need the manpower. Okay. Now the project will have zero liquid discharge. Excellent. Because if any liquid is coming out, the nearby river will get polluted. Like you are suffering the, suffering with the, pollution of our Ganga. Since years, we are unable to clean that. The reason is all industrial effluents are just getting discharged into our holy river and spiritual river. Okay? Yes. By reducing the burning of rice straw, the product will reduce greenhouse gases equivalent to about 3 lakh tons of carbon dioxide equivalent emissions per annum. Okay? So with one project, so we are having a lot of benefits. So if such kind of projects will come in course of time, automatically. See here what happens, whether it is linked to inflation, whether this kind of projects are linked to inflation, whether inflation will increase or decrease, whether inflation will increase or decrease. My dear, see, this kind of projects will increase inflation or decrease inflation. My dear online students, already offline students have answered. Inflation increase aitha. How many people are saying that inflation will increase? Swati, you are also saying inflation will increase. See, you people will not use your brains, though you are having excellent brains. See, one thing, Indian inflation is proportional to the prices of crude oil, international crude oil. With this, what is happening? Our import will reduce automatically. The pressure on the imports of crude oil will decrease. Automatically, the crude oil price will fall or increase. Decrease. Crude oil price will decrease. Automatically, inflation will decrease. Why? Transportation cost, processing cost, etc. It is one way. It is one way. What is the other way? Other way, the inflation may decrease. Of course, it is my personal opinion. It may be true or false, but this is correct. It is having scientific base. Other thing, I may be true or false, but still, it is my opinion. I am saying that. See, suppose earlier farmer was getting money by selling only paddy. Okay. Now he was forced to sell for more price. Now even he is also selling the straw. He is getting more income from the straw also. Then even if he gets less money from the paddy also, he will be profitable. So automatically it may be two way. It is my opinion. This is purely my opinion. It may be true or false. But again, what happens if the paddy farmer is getting more income? The next season, more number of people will go for practice of cultivation of paddy. Automatically more supply, again inflation will decrease. Am I correct or wrong? Dilip Kumar ji. Yes. Nice. Okay. So see, without a question from farm community, there is no paper in the UPSC. You check all the 4-5 years old papers. Definitely 1 or 2 questions will be from the farm community, maybe directly or indirectly, and one from poverty or unemployment. Okay. Now, so we are having a scheme, Smile 75. Why 75? Azadi Ka Amritsav Mahotsav. Day after tomorrow, we are going to celebrate the 15th August. That is 7th, 15th August. Of course, even our institution will also remain closed for that, because I am also going somewhere to participate in the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. What is this? What is this Smile 75? Because all of you are smiling. What is this Smile 75 program? చూసి చెప్తున్నాం. See, it is yes, Swati garu correct. It is to remove the beggars hand. See, when you come to the beggars, some people are in that profession because of their conditions. But some people, papers reveal that there is a mafia around this begging institution. They will purchase the children or they will engage the children and they will convert them into begging. Even there are instances where the children's limbs are mutilated. Yes, there are instances I had seen in the paper. Even police caught that mafia. Understand? See, if you are physically fit, there is no need of begging. There is a lot of work to do. But nowadays, what happened? They are saying that no, if I work, I will get only 500. If I beg, I will get 1,000 rupees. So then, why they will work? Automatically, they will beg. Okay? Yes. Okay. So you just remember at least smile 75 is to minimize the begging, act of begging. That is sufficient. Okay. Smile 75. Comprehensive rehabilitation of the person engaged in the act of begging. In the spirit of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, see, this year's next year examination, you remember this. For every essay, you try to incorporate this. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Okay? In the spirit of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India, has identified 75 municipal corporations. So you remember 75, 75, 75. 75 municipal corporations to implement comprehensive rehabilitation of persons engaged in the act of begging under SMILE, support for marginalized individuals for livelihood and enterprise. Even it is also important for the mains also. We are having the schemes for the vulnerable sections. Okay? Named as SMILE 75 initiative. Under the SMILE 75 initiative, 75 municipal corporations in collaboration with NGOs, non-governmental organizations, and other stakeholders will cover several comprehensive welfare measures for persons who are engaged in the act of begging, with a focus extensively on rehabilitation and provision of medical facilities. Counseling is also, see, actually, counseling is first importance. Why? They are physically fit. In the morning, one woman was definitely less than 30 years. She was begging. I will never encourage them. I will never put even 25 NP also, though it is not having any value in India. Why? She is physically fit. She can do any work and earn at least 500 rupees. The daily wage in Hyderabad, if I am not wrong, is not less than 650 rupees. For male, it is 850. Even if they work for 20 days also, they can survive happily. Because you are having other schemes where you will get the free ration. But you know where they will spend the money. You know, all of you know, there is no need for me to tell that. Okay. Counseling, awareness, education, skill development. Yes, if you impart skill for the genuine persons, then he will not beg. Economically, see, at least they can work in the hotels. They can clean the utensils. And if they are working in the hotels, you know, they will get free food. Even a variety of foods also they can consume. But they are not interested in working. See, if you will not come to the institution regularly, see, if I will give you 7 days holidays, that will not happen, don't worry. If I will give, see, if you are not feeling well for 4 days, and doctor will ask you to take rest for 6 more days, 4 plus 6, 10 over. Then you will take 2 more days, 12 days over. Then you will never come to the institution. By saying some or other bahana, you will just postpone the institution. No, doctor asked me to take rest. Still, I am not physically fit because of higher dose of antibiotics. अर्थమైందా? Okay, समझ में आया? Yeah. So what I mean to say is, if you people are enjoying with the begging, then they will not go for hard working. That is the problem. What I mean to say. Yes. The government of India has recognized the persistent problem of destitution and beggary and formulated a comprehensive. See, what is destitution? See, in India, of course, not only in India, I mean, throughout the world, the family members will leave their parents. Even nowadays, highly educated people, they will leave their parents in India, they will go to the abroad. Even, see, when parents are not feeling well also, they cannot come so easily to India there because they have to spend lakh of rupees in the transportation charges. It is one form of destitution, there is no doubt in it. Okay? So destitution and beggary, and formulated a comprehensive scheme of SMILE, support for marginalized individuals for livelihood and enterprise, which includes a sub-scheme of comprehensive rehabilitation for persons engaged in begging that covers identification, rehabilitation, provision of medical facilities, counseling and education. We have discussed everything. Skill development for a decent job and self-employment or self-entrepreneurship. Yes, if you are having skills, you can see now. See, take the example of course, I am taking that example only to say that you can do any business and earn the money. Every business is having its own important. Every business is good. Take the example of nowadays tea house, tea hub, chai amrit. So earlier, which was in unorganized sector, now it has become into organized sector. They are earning lakhs of rupees by giving the franchises. Same case with the coffee day also. They are also giving the franchise. So what I mean to say is, if you are having skill, you can lead a very luxurious and comfortable life. Now, so government e-market portal. Of course, see here, this portal was started for cooperatives. See now, what is the importance of cooperatives? Hmm. See, it is one for all. See, suppose there is a small business. It requires 1 lakh investment and 10 members. 10 members. So this no single person is having 1 lakh rupee, but each person is having the 10,000 rupees. So they will come together and they will establish that unit. And the fruits are distributed among them equally. Now earlier, one person was involved in the same work, but he was getting very less income. Now he has established a bigger unit. Now he is getting more income. So here you will have the advantage of economies of scale. We have discussed in the earlier classes. What is meant by economies of scale? What is meant by economies of scale? If you manufacture more things, automatically cost of production will be very less. When cost of production is very less, what happened to the profits? Profits will increase. If profits increases, you can lead a happy life and comfortable life. Automatically, poverty can be minimized. And you know, in India, take the example of Amul. It has proved the power of cooperatives. Many sugar industries have proved the power of cooperatives. And again, with the help of with this cooperative, what is the benefit? They will use the local raw material. They will use the local available labor force. So no question of labor force migrating into the urban areas. They may give importance to the agriculture also. Yeah, they may use agriculture produce as the raw material. Then what is the use of this portal? The use of this portal is to have the broad-based market for them, both to sell their finished products and also to purchase the raw materials in two ways. And even there is a portal to support them to export their commodities. If they export, what happens? Market will be broad. When market is broad, you will get more demand. More demand means more production. More production means more income. So it is about the GEM portal for the cooperatives, which was started in the recent days by the Amit Shah. Okay. Now, see, the expansion that GEM has achieved is unimaginable. There are about 62,000 government buyers available on GEM and around 49 lakh sellers. More than 10,000 products and more than 288 surveys are listed. So far, business worth 2.78 thousand crore has taken place, and this is a huge achievement of the GEM. So, because see nowadays you can see in the take the example of our commercial e-commerce partners, Amazon, Flipkart. See how many items they are having. And nowadays, everybody is interested to purchase through online only. Even a single book also. Indian Parati. Over. Though that book is available in our institution for lesser cost. Yes, lesser cost. But still they will prefer Amazon. Why? They will have some Amazon Prime points or cashbacks or some other thing. Because they will try to see that you will be always in phone with the Amazon Prime. If you are not having any work, you will open that. Even though that item is not important for you, but still you will buy because they have. So they will give huge discount. You can see that huge discount offer or Amazon sale yearly once or twice they will keep. Yes, every year. So, sometimes that system will get blocked, jammed. You cannot open that app because people will be eagerly waiting for that offers. Though that does not require any item, but still they will search and they will buy some or other. Even they will buy. Some people will say by chocolates also. So last class, one girl told that 200 rupees chocolate was available in the Swiggy only for 68 rupees. Okay, Tika, my dears. Now Swadeshi Darshan scheme. So this scheme is nothing but to encourage the tourism. So we have discussed such kind of scheme in the last classes. Tourism will boost the economy. Even suppose a person will come from foreign country for understanding purpose, say Hyderabad. He or she will purchase many items which are manufactured in Hyderabad, like bangles in Lad Bazaar or Pulareddy sweets, famous throughout the country, or some other, whatever may be the case. Many items in Hyderabad are famous, like Bidri work and even handloom sarees. So this Swadesh Darshan scheme aims to increase the employment opportunities. Okay, see, the Ministry of Tourism has now revamped its Swadesh Darshan scheme as Swadesh Darshan 2 in order to develop sustainable and responsible destination-centric approach with the following objectives. So actually, this scheme, they will support the state governments and union territories. Not direct, they will support the state government. The Ministry of Tourism under its Swadeshi Darshan scheme provides financial assistance to state governments and union territories. See, again here the problem is, suppose if the governments at both state and center are of the same party, no issue. If they are of the opposition party, then the politics will start. They have given less amount, they are not interested in our state, or they will divert that funds to other organizations also. A survey revealed that many states are misusing the central funds to run their welfare schemes. Now everybody is interested in the welfare schemes, not the schemes which are good for the community or a village. Nobody will ask a school for their village. What they will ask, what you will give for me? That's all. What you will give for my society? Nobody is asking. Yeah, it was told in a paper. It is not my personal opinion. The Ministry of Tourism has now revamped its Swadeshi Darshan scheme as Swadesh Darshan 2 in order to develop sustainable and responsible destination-centric approach with following objectives. Contribution of tourism to the local economies, like Nagarjuna Sagar. So suppose a person come to Hyderabad. That person will come for other purpose, say for the software or something else. The hotel person should ask him to visit the Nagarjuna Sagar or nearby Ramappa temple. So every hotel should display big boards saying that what are the important places in the nearer proximity to the Hyderabad. See, a person who comes to Hyderabad, see, it is only once or twice in his lifetime. Then definitely he will be interested to see that. So here we have to attract them. Okay, then automatically what happens? All the people nearby Nagarjuna Sagar, they will get employment opportunities. How? Mass will go to Nagarjuna Sagar, then they can sell the even tea or coffee or tiffin or nearby available any handicrafts or even or whatever may be the case. So it is how they will get the employment opportunities. It creates job including self-employment for local communities to enhance the skills of local youth in tourism and hospitality industry. Because whenever a person is coming, he has to stay in the hotel or he has to stay outside. So it will boost the economy. See what happened at COVID-19 time. Aviation sector was in losses. Railway sector was in losses. All hotels were suffering from losses. Okay, yeah. To increase private sector investment in tourism and hospitality. See, many private people are in that. ITC already is in the hospitality industry, and Maidra clubs, lemon tree hotels. Many people to preserve and enhance the local cultural and national resources in order to harness the political potential of cruise tourism in the country. A task force has been constituted. The 13th meeting of cruise tourism in a ship, long journey. So it will connect all the important places through the ship only. Now igniting young minds, rejuvenating rivers. So it is a webinar organized only to reveal the importance of water and water harvesting to the youth of India. We have discussed in the earlier classes, okay, about the water harvesting. Even we have discussed in the mountainous areas also, okay. National Mission for Clean Ganga, in association with the APPSC News Network, organized the 9th edition of monthly webinar series, Igniting Young Minds, Rejuvenating Rivers. The theme of this edition was rainwater harvesting. The session was presided over by the director. Of course, his name is not important, but it shows how they are interested to harvest the water. We have discussed catch the rain where it falls, when it falls. Last class we have discussed watershed, water harvesting. So the same thing is also in this. Now, what is Diksha Platform? So Diksha Platform is to enable the students to have access to all the videos of the school and also higher secondary schools. So what I mean to say is this will minimize the inequalities with regard to the haves and have-nots, because quality lectures are available. There is no need to go and join in the international schools. Excellent tutors are teaching us. Even a person who cannot, who is physically challenged, or sorry, who is visually challenged, so can also, utilize these platforms. Okay, and even under these ages, they also started a platform for teachers and heads of the schools, okay, to train them such that they can make the subject more lucid, or management of the student psychology. So you try to remember this: digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing, one nation, one digital platform. This slogan and its full form are very important, both for normal children and also physical and visually challenged, and also for teachers in the name of Nishita 3, NIST 3. Okay. Diksha complies with worldwide web constitution, web content accessibility. This enables people with visual impairments to access the website using assistive technologies such as screen readers. Special e-content for the visually and hearing impaired is developed on digitally accessible information system. NISTA 2 secondary level online on Diksha for senior secondary level teachers program was launched on 29 July 2021. NCERT has developed a package including 13 online courses with 12 generic modules. See, what I mean to say is, now if you are having the data and phone, you will get the quality education. There is no doubt in it. So we are getting this lot of information from where? PIB, Pref Information Bureau. I am not participating in these events. How it is possible? Because of digital access. So now, in course of time, there will not be any difference between haves and have-nots in accessing the quality education. Don't think that I am in the village, I am unable to study. It is a bahana. Village is also having good network. Village is having good network than the Hyderabad. There is no doubt in it. Okay? Yes. So a red letter day for Indian shipbuilding industry. Again, it is the achievement of Indians. What is that? We are repairing a American Navy ship, Charles Drew in India. Achievements of Indians in science and technology. I'm providing a huge boost to Make in India and Atmanirbhar in defense, and adding a new dimension to the foregoing India-US strategic partnership. US Navy ship Charles Drew arrived at L&T shipyard at Kattupalli, Chennai for undertaking repairs and allied services. This is the first ever repair of a US ship in India. The US Navy had awarded a contract to L&T shipyard at Kattupalli. Try to remember Kattupalli near Chennai. Okay, so it is sufficient. The countries, okay, it is sufficient, and you just remember Charles Drew and also Kattupalli near Chennai, and we are repairing the most advanced ship. Okay, thank you. Meet for this class next week. Thank you, my dears. Thank you.